Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. My name is Spanj and today I am licking my wounds. In the last episode we took down a nomad fortress and today I'm just going to go over what is left of the spooky monkey. To be fair, she held out in a better than expected way. But I'm just going to go over with you guys now the damage that she did take, and there's a fair old amount of it. There was a rocket turret there, and a few more blocks than there currently is. We've obviously got some floating blocks here that have been blown up and detached from the ship. The front of the ship actually isn't too bad. This corner here took obviously a big old hit. And then at the top here we've obviously got some more floating blocks and stuff missing, but you know, that was to be expected. This, however, that is a big hole. There were thrusters in here, which is obviously why it got targeted by the station's defences. So gonna have to replace that entire thruster assembly, which is, you know, it's fine, no big deal, it's not expensive. We've got some more floating blocks. The laser cannons are still intact, which is nice. Big old hit in the side here with just the one missing block. You know, otherwise it's okay. Underneath, actually, on this flank, we look okay. Despite the fact that there's laser turrets here and the sentry guns, there's not much damage around here at all, which is great. We did lose a landing pad and a spotlight here, which is slightly irritating, but you know, okay. The back took a lot of hits. I did actually tank with the back quite a lot. When I watched the footage back, whenever I took fire, I quickly spanned the ship around and started running away, and as a result, we've lost a few thrusters in there by the looks of it, and side thrusters at the side, which are the double unit side thrusters, medium side thrusters. So, but it's actually not too bad. Most of them are still intact. The armor housing around it seems to have held up okay. Missing truss blocks, but yeah, the armor around the rear thrusters take a lot of damage. Quite a few blocks missing there. The main thrusters, however, just grab the old multi-tool. It's going to shake. Look at that, no damage. And the top one, no damage at all. That's how effective these cylindrical engine housings are. You've got some deep inset thrusters, quite far deep inside there, and as long as you're not really exposing the direct rear of the ship to turret fire, they're very well protected around this thick armor shell. So that's excellent. That worked really well, and the shielding on the bottom and the top as well held out too. But as you can see here, we've got some more floating blocks obviously being blown apart. Various rockets and artillery. Now this is going to take a bit of repairs, I think. The wings took some hits, but are largely intact, which is fine. They're only decorative anyway. This section of thruster housing hasn't been touched by the look of it, which is a pleasant surprise. And actually, all the rear thrusters in that section appear to be there. Again, that's a nice surprise. Let's start on the top in a minute. Let's carry on with the bottom for now. We've lost our spotlights and our landing pads, which is fine, cosmetic, no problem. 3 turrets still intact and sentry guns still intact. Those thrusters are all, yeah, they're all happy. They haven't really been touched. The bottom of the ship again as well, very happy, even though spotlights are still intact. This side is not as damaged as the other side, and again the laser cannon's still there, but this part here took an absolute pounding. We have lost two layers of armor off of that, and I think memory serves, there's only 4 layers, I think, before it starts going into fuel tanks. So yeah, not ideal. But again, they were obviously targeting these thrusters here. They've all been destroyed, and it's obviously started working through the hull here. I'm just going to remove a few blocks to see how close we did come. And actually, it does look like, yeah, we've lost some fuel tanks in here. I didn't realise that we had internal explosions. But it's funny, those fuel tanks exploded, these ones haven't, and they're still at full health. So how these didn't explode, I don't know. But they didn't, and that's great. So we had a hull breach there, let's say, and some fuel tanks were lost. But then the great thing about the Spooky Monkey, the Naginata class ship, is it's got a lot of redundant fuel, so you can take it. This is purely decorative, but it's lost its roof. We lost a rocket turret here, and some thrusters that were mounted in these ones that you can see there. They've been taken out along there as well, and a lot of the thruster protective shielding there is gone. But you know, in some cases actually it's done its job, because we've still got thrusters in play. So that's good. The bridge has been breached. It's a good job I wasn't sat in this pilot seat, but it does look like it's intact and unharmed, so maybe I would have survived. But you know, there are sentry guns in here, so perhaps they were attracting some fire. I don't think I had turrets on the top here. I don't think I had the turret count available to put them there. Big hull breach here. There's not a lot of armor on this bridge, but obviously this sentry gun has attracted some fire. Maybe I need to remove those sentry guns. It's quite remarkable actually, if they did attract some fire, that they haven't been destroyed, considering the size of this hole. I'm guessing that was a hit or several hits from artillery. Mind you, it's only one layer thick. The shutter glass, maybe it wasn't arty, maybe it was just general fire. But you know, I very much suspected that this bridge would take fire. Oh, look at that! How did that happen? Yeah, I suspected this would take fire, and that is why there is a battle bridge in this thing. I mean, you could use this bridge during normal operation, but if you're going into battle, so many shutter doors up, then this is where you want to be. Yeah, this would take a lot of getting into. You would be able to get into eventually. Obviously, with any ship, you'll be able to breach the most heavily armoured place, but it's unlikely, while the ship is still moving and operational, that anything's going to get in there to hurt you. So yeah, we've lost the bridge, basically. Yes, basically you can summarise that as we've lost the bridge, but the battle bridge is still intact, very much so. And the top of the ship as well, we've lost some truss blocks, and we've taken some hits in the armour. You can see the armour denting around there, and we have actually lost a block there as well. So yeah, I fully expect to have to go over this thing with a fine-tooth comb several times to get everything repaired, but the first task of repairing a ship, in my opinion, is to get this thing onto a repair pad. And let's power up, and there we go. We still got 80% fuel capacity. Lots of ammo still left after all of that, so you know, like I said, she's actually still very much in working order. She doesn't have a lot of side thrust at the moment, so I'm going to ease her over to this repair drone that I built over here. Can't actually see it now. The damn arse of this thing is too big. There we go. Let's manoeuvre that. Just bring it down slightly. I think that should probably do. And just power it off. Let's just, before I exit, let me just make sure that is actually doing something. Is that not? It's not doing anything, is it? powered on? I can't quite tell. Is it maybe out of range? That's now actually sat on it, so it's not repairing. Maybe I've done something wrong. Oh boy. So much damage. Why are you not repairing, Mr. Repair Bay? I did actually put a repair bay in this thing, didn't I? Yeah, but it's not on. Because it's not on. Now, can you repair my ship, please? There it is. There we go. Right. So that's probably going to take about 4 hours. Hopefully, this ship will start mending itself. I don't think I have to wait before I start placing blocks back. So I'm going to. No, it's still going. I thought it stopped then. I was like, stop replacing blocks. Yeah, this might take me a little while, but you know what? Most of it's not too bad. Like I said, most of it is just superficial replacing blocks. There are some little bit more complicated parts of this, but it should be relatively simple. I can't get this block around the right way. There we go. I'm thinking as well that I might not paint the replacement blocks. I might just keep them as their raw grey colour. Just you know, like battle scars. I think it might look quite cool. Well, I'll take a look when it's done, and I'll decide. But that's what I want to kind of go with. Is that the right sloping? It is, yeah. So in the end, actually, the raid on the Nomads base was pretty damn profitable. Yes, my ship took a lot of damage. Static ship took a lot of damage as well, and then collectively we took a lot of damage anyway. But you know, this is easy to repair. This isn't the end of the world. Repairing this stuff, so it's going to be so much better when Alpha 8 comes along and you've got repair to blueprint, which Elion have confirmed, by the way. If you're not up to date on the official forum, I can confirm repair to blueprint is coming in the next version of Empyrion Alpha 8. So excited for that. It's going to be awesome. It's going to make this sort of thing so easy. It's going to make people a lot more relaxed about going into PvP battles, I think. You know, because ultimately you're not going to really lose your ship unless somebody actually steals it and takes it away. If you lose your ship in battle, it's not, I mean, nothing really gets completely destroyed, does it? It takes a lot of damage, but you can repair to blueprint now, so just get it back to one of these things. I don't know in what shape it's going to take. We'll have to wait and see. It might be a repair bay like this thing. It might be a huge factory type thing that's going to take a lot of resources. But you know, I think either way, if it is something that's hard to achieve, that's good. And if it's just that repair bay, then fine. I'm sure it's just a placeholder and they're going to change that at some point anyway. But it's repair to blueprint, guys. That's just awesome. This sort of thing you won't need to do. Just sit it on the pad, make sure it's got the resources, and sit back and watch the fireworks, so to speak. The lack of fireworks. Boom. This is a big hole. This one, yeah, it's definitely the biggest hole, I think, easily. I don't know how long, I don't know how far that thruster port went. I can't remember how many thrusters were in it, and the other thing is the other side is just as wrecked as this side, so it's not going to help me. Maybe it was that long. Maybe that's the measurement right there. This line of block. Follow this all the way along and down, and I have gone too far with that there. I need to remove that one. but that was it. That's the edge right there. So if I bring that there, you there, and then we go fill in the rest. And this thing's going to look like a bit like a patchwork when I'm finished repairing. All these just multicolored blocks everywhere. It's going to look great. Proper battle scars. The spooky monkey, seasoned by war. Get so carried away. Right. I'm just gonna, yeah. I mean, this is gonna take me a little while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna speed this up, a bit like I do in Chilling and Building most of the time. This thing's still going. I don't know how long this is gonna take. I really don't. But you know, I'm still seeing damaged blocks everywhere. So I literally do think it's gonna be a while. But yeah, I'm gonna speed the rest of the repairs up, and I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I had to go and double check on the Naginata how I did the rear here, because this is quite complicated. But I think I got it back to how it was. I forgot that there was these thrusters in this little section here, but all of these ones around the outside of this thruster shielding is okay. A few blocks missing on the inside of these housing for the main thrusters I've replaced. Some of the decorative truss blocks I've put back as well. I've left everything that I've replaced in its original texture and colour, so you can see the extent of repairs that this thing had to go through. It's quite big chunks missing, basically. But like I said before, battle scars. Chicks dig scars, so it's all good. Replaced all the guns. Unfortunately, it does look like the repair bay is still going and will be going for some time. And that hole in the side of the ship right there was the biggest the biggest part of the damage of the ship. Oh, hello, I've just noticed this bit here. That's missing some blocks too. It looks like they did take a little cheeky shot at the laser cannons then. They just missed. Ah well. I will go over it again, because no doubt there are some blocks that I missed somewhere. It's difficult to see when the damn thing is black. Everything kind of blends in, but yeah, I think I managed to get everything, replace those light blocks that are missing in the landing pads. Yeah, and you can see quite easily by the blocks that are in their original colour and texture the extent of the damage that she took. But she took it like a boss, and she still flies. And actually, she made off with the lion's share of the loot in the end. Anyway, but there's the Naginata, what was the utility class ship, but those rules have been absorbed or removed now, so actually there's no classification. So that's the original Naginata with the hangar bay, instructors and things like that from the Chilling and Building series. At least it's the modified battleship version. No hangar bay, just pure armour on the front here. Can't remember exactly, but I think this is all combat blocks up to around about here. That front, thereabouts anyway. But yeah, she's quite heavy. I'm not going to stick around to wait for this repair bay to finish. I have no idea how long it's going to be. I did quickly check the power left on this little thing. And it's about 4 hours, so it's going to go for as long as it needs to go. I'm just going to leave it running, basically. But I've replaced all the missing blocks, so now it is just a case of repairing everything else, and that could take a while. There was actually a very damaged block here that now appears to be repaired, so at least I know it is actually working, but we can still see there's still damage everywhere, so like I said, it is going to be a while. But that's fine. She can wait. There's no problem. But yeah, there we are. The spooky monkey will be back in action in no time with a battle scars in tow. I don't know. I'm not sure about it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Should I paint it back to its original colours, or should I keep these battle scars on there? I'm kind of torn, because some of them look really cool. Like the front one there, that looks pretty cool. That looks like proper battle scar stuff. You know, that one not too bad. But that massive one on the other side, I'm just like, oh god. I don't know. So let me know what you think in the comments. That would be awesome. But anyway, that is all for today. I know, short episode today, but it doesn't take long to repair these things, especially when you times the video by 4. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Nonetheless, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.